everyone. Good afternoon. This is Danny from the Kansas Student Hub, and we have one more time Mateja from Migration Plus sharing this time key information about the new changes and in the visa applications and new opportunities, especially for international students. Hello, Mateja. How are you today?
Hello, good afternoon. Lovely to be with you again.
Thank you very much for always be open to help us. So tell us, what are those updated information that is important for the students to know?
Yeah, it's great to be able to finally share some good news as well after all these COVID challenging times that we went through, all the students, and hopefully borders opening and everything else. So the Migration Queensland or Queensland government has finally opened their migration program as the last state in Australia, and started inviting the potential visa applicants to lodge their expression of interest. So this time, again, we don't know how long the program will be opened, how many invitations will be issued. So it again is the first come, best served, the brightest, the ones with the high points hopefully will be invited. But the exciting news this time is that they have provided a separate pathway for graduates of Queensland universities to lodge an expression of interest and have a pathway to apply for either subclass 190 permanent visa or subclass 491 regional sponsored Queensland nominated visa. So this is a new pathway, and it is my understanding it is in response to the Queensland government finally acknowledging that we have a world-class education and students that are completing their PhD or master's and bachelor degrees in Queensland, and that they are an asset to our community, and they should have a pathway to stay in Queensland. So that's basically in summary, what happened.
Yes. So this is mean this the students that can apply for this visa, they have already finished their studies or
correct.
Okay.
Correct. So it's
like recently, or is a special period of time? Maybe they are in another type of visa at this moment, like a postgraduate or something like that.
Yes. So most usually the students, bachelor or master's degree students or PhD students would or are eligible for post-study graduate visa subclass 485. So I would expect that all these graduates would already apply or have that visa and are looking for opportunity to find an employer either to sponsor them or to apply for different kinds of visa during that time period on 485 visa, and some may have opportunity to apply for the second one as well. So this is a new pathway. So for example, to apply directly for permanent residency, and especially for PhD graduates, they would be eligible to apply for or lodge an expression of interest and hopefully be invited to apply for this permanent subclass 190 visa if they completed their studies during the last 2 years and have basically their thesis completed, and they don't even require a job to be invited. Is very exciting, yes.
So they don't need to be working in the industry or have a previous experience to apply for this. Oh, that is great.
That's a new kind of advantage for this pathway. But obviously when we're talking, about lodging an expression of interest and applying and hopefully be invited for this visa, there are obviously the visa requirements that have to be met before they would be eligible or to lodge this expression of interest. So for example, they have to complete the studies, they have to have a skills assessment, they have to have minimum competent English. And obviously, the higher the number of points that you have on that point stage, the higher the chance that they would be invited. But where for the other pathway, for example, the requirements is, yes, you know, for 491 visa, for example, which is also nominated, but the temporary one that we will address shortly, there is requirements, you know, to have work experience, already be working in that position for 3 months full time and have a job offer. For the PhD graduates, that is not the case.
All right, and that the job offer is different than a contract, or is the same thing?
They have to be working and have engagement contract, or yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the PhD. Yeah.
So just to clarify, this is mainly for university students that are doing a bachelor or PhD studies.
Correct. So it's only for the graduates who have already completed or PhD. They can apply directly for subclass 190 visa expression of interest and hopefully be invited. Where the master's or bachelor degree graduates, they have a pathway to apply for subclass 491 visa pathway. Again, lodging an expression of interest, yes. For them, the requirements are a bit different. So they had to study and complete their degree in Queensland. They have to have a grades points average 6 or higher.
That is the distinction, isn't it?
Correct, yes. They have to have proficient English, which is an IELTS test minimum 7 in each band. And as we were discussing before, they must have minimum three months work experience, but it can be part-time, it can be 20 hours. So, you know, basically really provides even a pathway for someone on a student visa before they even apply for that graduate visa.
Oh, and
yeah.
but that job experience can be a volunteer position, no, or needs to be a paid job?
It has to be relevant to that occupation that they are nominating. They always have to nominate the occupation on that skilled occupation list. And they therefore then work in that occupation or relevant occupation in the job already for 3 months and have a employment contract or for further 12 months with that company.
All right. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So that visa for 491, it's a temporary visa. And this visa is granted then for 5 years. And, you know, the visa holder must basically stay in the same regional area for 3 years. And then they have a pathway to permanent visa by applying for subclass 191 visa.
Oh, that is really good news.
Yeah.
So with these new, with these updated, what are the difference that you can see from what was before?
So basically, for 491 visa, you know, everyone, not only the graduates or bachelor degree or master degree can apply if they meet the requirements for that occupation. So occupation list is wide, you know, who can be invited by Queensland government is an occupation basically on any skilled occupation list for whether it's short-term or medium or regional a regional visa. So the requirements basically are you need to have a skills assessment, you have to have at least for the visa, at least competent English, but to be invited for Queensland nominations, the bar is now even higher. You do have to have that high level of English, proficient English, yes.
But I believe that if they are university students, they could get that score. It's just be focused to get the score that you need. And here at the Kansas Student Hub, we can provide information, and as well, IELTS organization, they provide some workshops. So is to make sure that you have clear what are the requirements and get that score that you need.
Exactly. And obviously the government is, offering opportunities and want to give that visas a pathway to best and brightest. So it's great, for students to be able to study here in Paradise and achieve the best outcome and do have some kind of pathway to stay here and contribute in the future. Yes.
Yes.
So I would encourage, everyone to really visit Migration Queensland website to get more information about the exact requirements. So obviously what we are discussing or what I can provide the information here, yes. So it's migration.queensland.gov.au. And yes, get familiar with the current requirements, because obviously I can only share the general information and everyone's case is different. And it's very, very important that you do check, do I meet the requirements? What are the steps that I need to meet? And importantly, still to be aware that lodging an expression of interest is not a visa application. So you do have to have a visa and hopefully, be invited for the further, or being 190 or 491 visa while you're on your graduate visa. So definitely seek professional advice before, applying, to make sure you don't lose that opportunity.
Yes, it's important. Each case is really different. Every profile is different, so it's really important. It's a great opportunity and you don't want to miss. So please make sure that you have the right person who can provide the right information. So of course, Migration Plus is always happy to help you guys. If you want to book an appointment, you can do it through the Student Hub. I have a question about the expression of interest. For example, if the student is doing the process with you with Migration Plus, you help as well with that process, with the expression of interest.
So what we do recommend students is we would, as a first step, thoroughly assess their eligibility to make sure, do they meet the requirements, even for the skills assessment, because obviously, you need to have a skills assessment before you're even eligible. If you're claiming points for overseas work experience, is that, meeting the requirements? Because if you claim extra points and then you can't, once you're invited and you can't meet that requirement, obviously you've lost that opportunity and you can't be invited you have to start again and not be invited for another 6 months, and lists change, programs close. So that's very important. So we assess clients first to make sure, this is what you're eligible, and they can decide, whether they proceed with their lodging expression of interest and their visa themselves, or would they like us to follow through the next steps and assist them with the nomination and the visa. So always here to either provide that general advice if they contact us, or if they need us really to thoroughly assess and provide proper advice, to engage our services. Yes.
All right. In this visa application, if they have, for example, family, a partner, they can apply together as well?
Of course. So family or members of the family unit can be included in the application as a secondary applicant, so a partner or de facto partner, or children. So definitely they should be included in the application.
And we don't know for how long it's going to be these applications open.
We don't know how long the program will be open. Again, it's very highly competitive. The number of places that the Queensland government is allocated is very low. So obviously they are, allocating first, there are, for certain occupations, they've even nominated the number of places. For example, how many cooks, there will be only 30 cooks invited, unfortunately. So it's very, very competitive. So definitely check the website. And my recommendation is always to students, once you are on that post-study visa, this is the right time to get ready. So if you need to work on your English, to get your skills assessment, make sure you've got everything ready to lodge that expression of interest when the program opens. So that's why it's great to have this postgraduate visa for 2 years, or if you're leaving and you've completed your study, you may be eligible for the second postgraduate visa. So you have to be ready to, you know, apply when the program is opened and use the opportunity at that time. Yes.
All right. I think that is everything covered what we mentioned before. As we say at the beginning of this video, here is like the general idea about this news, like updated information, but each case is different. So we highly recommend you to make a proper appointment with Migration Plus. So please, you are welcome to come to the hub. I can help you with that. And thank you very much, Mateja, for this information. I guess if any of the students have any other questions, I will contact you or make the appointments. And let's see.
Thank you. Thank you for having us, and always happy to help our students up here, and wish everyone good luck with, you know, getting the nomination, and hopefully we can keep the best and brightest to stay with us here in Queensland.
Yes, yes. And most of them I help that are from Cairns, especially.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye-bye.